10, 9.
As we roll on to a football Friday here in the Valley, gentlemen, it's a big one. It's a big one. It's Pick'em Friday. It's excitement. It's everything. But
The following is a presentation of YSN, your sports network.
Hello and welcome all you football fans for another installment of YSN Live Football. Tonight, the Austintown Fitch Falcons visiting the Canton McKinley Bulldogs. And we aren't in Austintown anymore, but we are in Canton here at the Pro Football Hall of Fame to meet the 0-1 Canton McKinley Bulldogs, coming off of a loss last week against Menor. Of course, the Austintown Fitch Falcons 1-0, coming off of a win last week versus Cheney. Quarterback matchups tonight, we're going to be looking at Devin Sherwood for the Austintown Fitch Falcons going up against a kind of two-way quarterback, and Amarian Williams, number 4, and Keaton Rohde, number 15. Expect playing time to be around equal for both of those players at quarterback. Also, player to watch, Chris Williams, number 26, running back for the Canton McKinley Bulldogs. Obviously, on the other side, defensively to watch, going up against the passing attack of the McKinley Bulldogs is going to be Deshaun Vaughn Jr., our player of the game last week against Cheney, coming away with 3 interceptions in that ball game. And came into this game and issued that warning to Canton McKinley not to pass. We'll see if Canton McKinley heeds that warning, as McKinley does have the potential to pass very well. And with 2 quarterbacks behind center that you can go to, both of them pretty even in skill level too, and they can move the ball. So the Falcons better not look at the Week 1 matchup with Menor of this McKinley Bulldog football team and take that lightly, because this is a team that could still hurt you. Has a lot of size all over the place, including on the offensive line with number 72, Stephon Monahan, as he stands around 6'8", and he's going to be bolstering that offensive line for the Bulldogs. Going to be part of what makes it so hard for the Falcons to get penetration on either of the quarterbacks, Williams or Rohde. The Falcons had won the toss. They are electing to kick off and let the Bulldogs open up with possession, as Josiah Burney back ready for the kickoff. And we are just about underway here in Tom Benson Stadium. As the initial kickoff by Sherwood, and stopped up right around the 45-yard line, I believe. And that is going to be where as the Bulldogs will open up with possession right around the 45-yard line. So good field position to start for McKinley, as we will see who will be starting under center to start for the Bulldogs. As it looks like they're going to start with Keaton Rohde, number 15, who will start behind center now, as Bulldogs getting ready to open up their first drive of the game. As Rohde stands under center, single back in the back, 2 receivers to his right, 1 to the left, hands it off there to Williams, and Chris Williams gets about half of the yards needed, maybe some more. They're going to mark him down at the 50, so make it 2nd and 5 now to start for the McKinley Bulldogs. As Chris Williams made a good cut there, and that's going to be pressure on the Falcons defense too, and that defensive line. It's going to be a battle in the trenches tonight, and you just saw how physical McKinley is up front with that offensive line, just pushing the Falcons back, able to fight for those 5 extra yards. We've seen the Falcons face teams similar to this, of the likes of the Steubenville Big Red last season, who had a lot of size on their offensive line. Going to have to draw back to that game of 2020 to find the same success against this Canton McKinley team as they did against the Big Red. And finding a read on the running back, this time Williams, and they tackled him for a loss behind the line of scrimmage. Looked like a loss of about 2 to 3, so about a 3rd and medium situation, looking around 3rd and 6, maybe 3rd and 7. As it's going to be marked 3rd and 6 to go for the McKinley Bulldogs, and a big 3rd down to start now right around the 50-yard line. As Fitch looking for a quick 3-and-out defensively would be ginormous for the Falcons to get possession back, as McKinley trying to extend their drive. As Keaton Rohde with Chris Williams in the backfield. He has two receivers out to his right, one to his left. Under center is Rhodey again, faking the handoff that time, and he's going to take it himself, and he's going to get a first down and more. Tackled right around the 40-yard line, but nevertheless a first down for the Canton McKinley Bulldogs, as Keaton Rhodey that time found no one initially and just broke out of the pocket and took it himself for the first down. Looked like that might have been a design play, unless he just saw the opening right away and just took it. High football IQ if that's the case then for Rhodey. Now at the 40-yard line as Canton McKinley with their first down of the evening. And now they have moved themselves into Falcon territory now on the Falcons 40. Rhodey again under center as they send one of the receivers into motion, as Rhodey gives it off to his running back Williams, and running back Williams just barreling into the the defensive line of the Falcons and getting some more yardage. Looks like he gained about 4 on that, and if he's able to consistently do that all night against the Falcons, it's going to spell trouble for Fitch. Going to need to figure out how to stop Rhodey. They were able to get him once behind the line, as twice though. Able to get a solid gain, and it's like I said, that offensive line versus defensive line of the Falcons is going to be the biggest matchup, I think, because this Canton McKinley O-line is sizable. Again, coming in the same package are the Bulldogs, and faking again, and they're going to go play action pass, and they found a wide open man, going to get all kinds of yardage right there, diving for the end zone. He got it, but he fumbled. A fumble in the end zone. A Falcon jumped on it. Do they have it? No, they're calling it a touchdown in favor of Canton McKinley, and coming away with a big first drive touchdown are the Bulldogs. And that is going to be the first touchdown pass of the evening for Keaton Rhodey, and make it a 6-0 Canton McKinley lead to start. As now McKinley lining up now for the extra point attempt. As Al-Assad able to split the uprights for the 7. And now the Canton McKinley Bulldogs, after just over 2 minutes, or just under 3 minutes, I should say, 2 minutes and 55 seconds of a drive, and it results in 7 for the Bulldogs as the Austintown Fitch Falcons look to get their first offensive possession underway. And of course, we will have that offensive possession right after this real quick break as we thank our friends over at Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Every one of our vehicles has undergone our own 126-point inspection, so it passes the most important inspection, yours. No other dealership has the extra inventory, gives you extra for your trade, and goes the extra mile for you. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium in beautiful Canton, Ohio, as the Canton McKinley Bulldogs have an early 7-0 lead on the Austintown Fitch Falcons, thanks in part to the touchdown pass by Keaton Rhodey, as Rhodey rattling off his first touchdown pass of the game, and that is the first points scored against this Falcons defense this year in a very short 2 games of the season. But nevertheless, the Falcons giving up one in the first possession of the game to the Bulldogs. Falcons now back ready to receive the kickoff. As both Cam Smith and DJ Williams back to receive it. And Falcons able to haul that one in, trying to find and split the seams. Going to barrel their way forward to the 25-yard line. Looks like that's where they're going to be stopped up at. So the Falcons will start right around the 25, and that's where their first offensive possession will take place. As Canton McKinley, big thing to note in that first offensive drive, got to start with great field position on their own 45-yard line, and only rattling off one pass in that whole first drive, all runs except for that last play, which resulted in a touchdown pass from Rhodey. as the Falcons get ready in offense, as Sherwood in the shotgun. Expect to see him there all night. As now going into motion, going to set 3 receivers to his right side, 1 to his left, as the snap from Sherwood, trying to hand that one off and going nowhere immediately. And a push back defensively against DJ Williams, and that's going to quickly bring up now 2nd down for the Falcons. Got back to the line of scrimmage, so about a 2nd and 10 now to go. As again, 3 receivers set to the right. DJ Williams on the right hip of Sherwood. As Sherwood takes the snap, goes for the pass, hits that left side, and it's going to be a completion for about 7. As that's the first completion of the night for him, and that goes to Cam Smith as he gets his first reception of the evening. As the Falcons now brought up to a 3rd down situation, 3rd down and about 3 to go, and a 3rd and short now for Fitch. As the Austintown Fitch Falcons donning their white away unis with the red numbering, Canton McKinley with the all red jerseys and the black bottoms. As Sherwood again, rushing into trouble, going to have to escape it. He is going to escape it, get the first down and more. Stays inside and gets outside as we see Fitch able to get a first down, a big first down for the Falcons as Devin Sherwood found that outside corner, and that's the biggest thing. He has a great arm, and he can pass the ball, but if you do pressure him, great improviser too, able to escape out of the pocket, got himself to McKinley's 45 now. Again, Fitch, 2 receivers to the left, 2 out right. DJ Williams on the hip of Sherwood, going into motion now and faking it. No, giving it away, I should say, and getting a 5-yard gain on it, as looked like a great fake, even faked me out as Dan Evans III able to get a hold of that as they set him into motion, as Evans III picks up 5. And the Falcons now looking at a 2nd and 5 scenario, 7:55 to go here in the first quarter of play. And a trips formation to the right side for Sherwood. Single receiver out left, and again, it is going to be, I believe, DJ Williams. No, that's subbed in. Tyree Mitchell now getting his first carry of the game as Mitchell falls forward, and it looks like he might get the first down. He's right on the line, as it looks like he might be just a bit short, as it's going to be 3rd and inches. No. Let's see if they're going to bring the chains out and measure this one, as it looks very close from the spot they put it. As I believe no measurement to take place, so a 3rd and inches scenario now for the Falcons. Or no, they're going to move the chains now, so we finally get decision. So it is a first down. Now we got everything set up, so Falcons now 1st and 10 scenario as they picked up another first. Quick fire ability to Tyree Mitchell as Tyree Mitchell falls forward again. Got about 9 on the reception as this screen pass, quick screen pass to Mitchell. And Sherwood gets them right there. 2nd and 1 now on right around the 25-yard line of McKinley as Falcons trying to answer promptly offensively against the Bulldogs defense. Biggest question mark, I think, was the Bulldogs defense last week against Mentor, and it was the biggest question coming into tonight's game. A power I formation and the handoff to Mitchell, and Mitchell's going to get the first as he gets just enough, got a couple yards extra, and Tyree Mitchell now picking up another first down for the Falcons, moving them again to 1st and 10, and they are right on the edge of the red zone now. As moving the ball very fluently are the Falcons, as McKinley has only really been able to get penetration once up the middle, and that was for a tackle for loss on DJ Williams. Again, 1st and 10 for the Falcons. As 4 receivers set, Williams is on the right, again going into motion, faking it, and Sherwood keeping it himself and able to weave his way inside, and that's a first down again for Devin Sherwood. Picked it up this time with his legs as the Falcons move within the red zone as they're at the 11. 6:11 now left on the clock here in the first quarter. Falcons down 7-0, but on the edge of a response to the Bulldogs. Again, Devin Sherwood out of the shotgun. rolling out right. Throws it over top, able to get that reception and ride to the corner. He's going to go all the way to the corner for a touchdown as the Falcons promptly respond. Dan Evans III responsible for that one as he was able to get it and ride it into the end zone. But I believe a call is back, and it is going to get called back as a flag on the play. And I believe they called holding on the Falcons, so that's going to bring them back 10 yards. So take 7 off the board, take Dan Evans the third touchdown away, and bring the Falcons back to the 21. As a costly mistake up front for Fitch that erases a touchdown off of the board. Now looking at a first down and 20 for the Falcons. As, the penalty, I should say, occurred at 2 yards in, so it's a first and 18 now for the Falcons. Nevertheless, on the 19-yard line is Fitch. As the first down is still at the 2-yard line, not needing a touchdown. It is not a goal scenario. It is a just first and 18, as again, 4 receivers set, and another flag is thrown. And I believe that time they call a false start on the Falcons, and that's going to bring them back 5 more. So now that's going to take it to a first and 23 for Fitch, and they're becoming their own worst enemy in this drive now, as was moving the ball, and the only reason they are back now is because of themselves, as Canton McKinley's defense now with an opportunity to now stop the Falcons back first and 23. As the snap from Sherwood going to need to pick up a lot of yards. Almost found his man, Dan Evans III. Just a little off with that pass, and boy, oh boy, was he open. Canton McKinley going to need to scout that one next time. As Evans III able to hold on to that one, has a touchdown in the making. Second and 23 now. Now the game plan shifts to, do you need half of this now, or do you go for all of it? As setting up in the same formation again are the Falcons. Devin Sherwood takes the snap. Going to rush himself, and then gets it off to Tyree Mitchell. Tyree Mitchell with great blocking ahead of him, able to get half of the distance and more. Gets him right to the 5-yard line, and now Tyree Mitchell has the Falcons sitting with a third and about 3 to go, I believe. As it's going to be a 3rd down and 5 scenario. As the Falcons and Tyree Mitchell able to pick up a huge chunk of yardage there. And I believe a timeout is being called, as this is going to be a big play. Coming down, 3rd down and 5 to go. 5:13 left in the first quarter. The Canton McKinley Bulldogs 7, the Austintown Fitch Falcons 0. We'll be back right after this on ysnlive.com.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
Welcome back, everybody, as we resume action here in the first quarter as the Austintown Fitch Falcons in a 3rd and 5 scenario. 5:13 left in the first as they are in the red zone, I should say, of Canton McKinley, threatening to score and trying to tie this ball game up. And again, out is Devin Sherwood. Tyree Mitchell is the running back. Trips formation out to the right. Taking the snap, rolling to his right is Sherwood, trying to find that open man. Goes across his body, unable to find a man in the end zone. And it's going to bring up 4th down for the Falcons. And now looks like they're going to have to set up for a field goal is Fitch. With a 4th down and 5, just looking to get points on the board and respond to Canton McKinley any way that they can. As Josiah Burneye emerges from the sideline, setting up to kick. Tyler Evans, the placeholder for the Falcons. And I believe your snapper for the evening, I believe that is Sam Moxley. And they might have jumped off sides. They didn't call it. A flag is called as that one splits the uprights, but I think the Falcons might get a first on this. Let's see who they call it on, if that was on the Falcons or the Bulldogs. Someone jumped off sides. Was it on the offense or the defense? As a meeting in the middle by the officials as we are awaiting a call on this. Big, big play, no matter who the call is on either way, as it's going to back the Falcons up and make them retry the field goal attempt if it's against them. If it's against McKinley, you're looking at a first down for Austintown. As it's going to be offsides, as jumping in front was McKinley, and now that's going to set the Falcons up with better position, I believe. As going to need to move, I believe the chains, or let's see what the situation's going to be now. As they signaled for the penalty to go against McKinley, and they signaled encroachment initially. Yep, and it's going to be first down Falcons as they set the ball on the 1 yard line, and a huge offsides penalty from McKinley as encroaching on the play and crossing that line and putting the Falcons on the 1 yard line with a first down as Fitch now. As I think there's now, I think Coach Parker coming out onto the field. And I think he retrieved a football. I'm not even sure what the discussion is right now. I think they're getting a new football. As now a couple of officials having a discussion with Coach Parker now. As we're awaiting a word. As Coach Parker, I'm not sure what the argument initially is about, but the Falcons, I believe, have first down, or at least that's what the initial announcement was over the PA in the stadium. As now we're going to have another meeting, and there's been more discussion by the officials here the last 5 minutes than there's been football. As now the Falcons, they're placing the ball on the 3 yard line now. As that was, I think, the source of the issue. They remarked the ball. I think Coach Parker having an issue with where they're marking the ball. But nevertheless, the Falcons do get a first down, I believe. Or no, if that's going to be marked at the 3, then it's going to be marked as a 4th down now. And 1 to go. So now the decision is, do you still want to kick the field goal or do you go for it on 4th down? So that backs the Falcons up. So that makes a lot more sense as Coach Parker now. You can understand the frustration, and again, going to go back. And you would imagine just take the field goal unless they're going to go for it now. Just take the points. Why re-kick the field goal initially? But I think there's going to have another discussion, and you want to get this right because this is a big play in this game. You want to make sure you place the ball right, and I don't know. Looking back at it, I don't know initially where the ball was placed at the spot of the foul, and that's something we can look back on replay-wise, but it's still going to be a big call either way, and this is one you want to for sure get right. Looks like the Falcons are going to go for it regardless of the down situation as Devin Sherwood back out, and this is a big, risky decision now by Coach Parker as we finally have a decision. It is a 4th down and 1 situation for the Falcons on the 3 yard line, needing to get to the 2 for a first down, not a goal situation. 5:07 left here in the first quarter. Devin Sherwood out in the shotgun, 3 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left. In the backfield is DJ Williams, and sending him into motion. Sherwood taking the snap, handing it off to Williams. Williams barreling his way forward, and it looks like he might have gotten in as he falls forward. He did, it looks like, as one marking is a touchdown, as one is saying short as it might be, and it looks like as they're going to call first down as just short. I think it's going to be within the 1. It is going to be within the 1. So missing that one. DJ Williams looked like he fell forward. The official on the far side, it looked like initially signaled touchdown. The one on the near side called short. And now we are looking at a first down and inches scenario, but a first down and goal for the Falcons under 5 minutes, and they're just going to fall forward with it. Did they get it as a flag is thrown on the play again? And a false start backs Austintown up 5 more, and again hurting themselves. But you got to say, too, for as quickly as Canton McKinley scored, if Falcons are able to score on this one, that's a huge, long drive that you kept McKinley's defense out there for. And albeit there's a lot of penalties that are mixed in, but now it's a first down and 6. We'll have to see how many plays it's going to take the Falcons if they're able to get in this time, as it seems like every time they've been able to try to hit pay dirt, something pulls them back out. As again, the Falcons in a first down and goal scenario. They're on the 6-yard line, 4:25 in the game. Devin Sherwood trips formation out to his right, one out to his left, hand off to Williams. Williams has the outside. Nobody's going to catch him. No flags on the play, and the Falcons finally come away with pay dirt as DJ Williams puts up 6 for the Falcons as they are within 1 of tying the ball game. Extra point pending from Josiah Burneye. As a long, long drive, as the drive for Canton McKinley taking 2 minutes and 55 seconds. The Falcons got the ball at 9:55 in this game. It is 4:18 left in the first quarter, and the Falcons finally get a score. So a drive lasting over 5 minutes as Josiah Burneye back, as that kick splits the uprights, and we are all tied up at 7 apiece. As we say hi to our friends over at the Audible Call. Hello, Mike Ackelson. We have a tie game here at the Pro Football Hall of Fame as we are going into a break real quick. And on the other side of that, we will see what Canton McKinley has in response as we thank our friends over at Baird Brothers.
When looking for home design inspiration, don't just be inspired, be Baird inspired. Whether new or remodeling, Baird Brothers has the latest trends like shiplap to refresh your home. Go from inspiration to installation with our wide selection of in-stock American hardwoods. From the rustic charm of antique oak to the warmth of traditional cherry, Baird Brothers has what you need to make your home inspiring. Baird Brothers, our family's heritage, your family's home.
Welcome back, everybody, as we are tied up here in the first quarter. 4:18 to go as the Falcons able to tie this one up on a rushing touchdown by DJ Williams. As now back ready to kick it off is Josiah Burneye as Canton McKinley back ready to receive. We'll see what the Bulldogs have in response as this game now tied up at 7 apiece. As both teams with 2 timeouts left here in the first half, both taking a singular timeout. The Falcons won the toss, elected to defer, so the Falcons, importantly, will have possession to start the second half as Josiah Burneye now readies up to kick this one off as Canton McKinley will open up their second possession of the game. As that one is going to be a touchback, goes into the end zone, and McKinley will start at their own 25. So McKinley going to have to start a little bit further back than their last possession as they were starting on the 45 to open it up, able to come away with a touchdown as Keaton Rohde was responsible for the touchdown pass. So a passing touchdown on the game for the McKinley Bulldogs and a rushing touchdown on the opposite end for the Falcons. The ball being spotted at the 20-yard line, as I was thinking NFL as we're here at the NFL Pro Football Hall of Fame Stadium. Spotted at the 20 with the touchback for high school football games, as now back out is the Bulldogs offense. And Keaton Rohde back out for 2 possessions as they said that's what he was doing last week as well. 2 possessions for Rhodey, and they would go 2 possessions for Amarian Williams, as getting a few yards on that carry was Chris Williams, running back for them, as he sets him up 2nd and 7. Just shy of the 25-yard line. As steady with the run has been Canton McKinley, as they've been trying to establish it early on. Only 1 pass attempt, and we already know what that pass attempt went for, as trying to open it up and go play action, and we saw that was what the pass attempt was that play action. As this running game, they try to lull you to sleep with it before they attack you with the play action. Going to need to be something, a focal point the Falcons need to watch, as a flag on the play, going to stop the play dead. I believe they signaled false start on the Bulldogs, as we're going to wait to get our call from the official. As it was a false start, and that's going to bring them back to the 18-yard line now, as McKinley setting up for a 2nd and 12 scenario. Keaton Rhodey hands it off to Williams and getting him right there in the backfield with a tackle for a loss. And emphatically are the Falcons that time responsible for that tackle and getting in there with that great penetration. Aaron Hively, as he was able to get a tackle for loss, sets them up now 3rd and 12, 3rd and 13. And a big 3rd down now for Canton McKinley, looking to get out of this, as they were able to convert a couple 3rd downs in their first drive of this game. Going to need another big one here, as the Falcons looking for a big stop. 2:45 to go in the first quarter, as Keaton Rhodey under center, as they send it into motion, and they go with the handoff to Chris Williams. He's going to have a seam, and a flag is down on the play. Chris Williams is marked just short of the first down, I believe. I think they marked him short a yard. We'll have to see what the flag is on. And it's going to be a holding penalty against the Bulldogs, so that's going to bring them back 10 more. As now, much like the Falcons in their first drive, the Canton McKinley Bulldogs now having issues with penalties on the other side. But now the question becomes, do you want to take the 4th down and 1 scenario, or do you want to back them up and make it a 3rd down and long scenario? As it's going to be 4th down and really short, and with the running game of Canton McKinley, I think, yeah, they're going to just play this one smart, back them up. And they're going to call an official timeout now. So with the official's timeout, looks like they're spotting the ball on the 15-yard line after the initial call. We're looking at 2:35 left in this first quarter as they figure out what's going on the field. We're going to take a real quick 15-second break. Thank our partners over at Coca's Pizza.
Coca's Pizza, proud to announce our pizza buffet's back every Wednesday at our Boardman and Canfield locations. Adults only $7.99 and kids only $4.99, and $2 beers starting at 8 o'clock. That's Coca's Pizza. We serve it hot.
Every customer has a story, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
As we come back here, as the Canton McKinley Bulldogs looking at a 3rd down and long scenario, as needing a 1st down desperately, trying to avoid getting the ball back to the Falcons, and it looks like a timeout being called. And let's see, as it was the Austintown Fitch Falcons who call a timeout. Maybe didn't like the way they looked at Canton McKinley's set initially, said they want to take another look at that defensively, and a big timeout there, as they don't want to allow the McKinley Bulldogs to get a 1st down for this effort, as that was the 2nd timeout taken by the Falcons, leaving them with 1 left here in the first half of play. 2:24 left in this first quarter of play, as now Fitch breaking their timeout. They're ready to go. McKinley breaking their timeout, so we don't need to take a timeout. We'll stay right here with you through all the action, as McKinley setting up at the 15-yard line yet again, as the Falcons looking for a big defensive stop and trying to get that offense back out on the field. Tie ball game, 7 apiece. as Keaton Rohde, again, back out at quarterback for the Bulldogs. And just going to play it safe, hand it off to Williams, as Williams going to get a few of those yards back, as he got actually a solid gain of close to 10. He got about 7, 8 on it, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and long enough scenario, a 4th down and about 7, that I believe the Canton McKinley Bulldogs, deep in their own territory, going to go back to punt. So a big stop for the Austintown Fitch Falcons after McKinley was able to score on their first drive, able to stop them up the second time and see if they can get the ball back with good offensive field position. Back to receive the punt at the 50-yard line. That is going to be number 11, Tyler Evans, for the Falcons. As Al-Assad with the punt. And that one drops right in front of Evans. Takes a friendly bounce for McKinley, and it keeps on rolling. What a punt. As that's going to bring the Falcons right in front of their own 30. But nevertheless, a solid punt. Flipping field position for the McKinley Bulldogs and gives the Falcons a starting position at their own 30. But could have been a lot worse, as Tyler Evans was standing as close as the 50-yard line. So now the Falcons, with 1:29 left here in the first quarter of play, opening up their second offensive drive of the game. First one ended in a rushing touchdown by number 42. You see him out there on the field on Sherwood's right hip in DJ Williams. As Sherwood, back out of the shotgun, sends Williams into motion. Taking the snap is Sherwood. Escapability again, and there goes Sherwood falling forward as he turns a negative gain or a sack into about a 5 to 6 yard positive gain, and that's what makes him so dangerous at that quarterback position. As now Sherwood picks up about half the yardage. It looks to be a 2nd and 4 as the Falcons trying to continue their move. This offense going forward. As again, the snap, screen pass over to Evans. Evans, blockers in front of him, able to go inside, get the first down and more. As Tyler Evans takes that beautifully placed screen pass, did the work himself. Great feet, great movement, first down Falcons. Now the Falcons setting up on the 46, their own 46, trying to move their way into McKinley territory. As now Tyree Mitchell in as the back for the Falcons as they send him into motion. Taking the snap is Sherwood. Sherwood firing a seed over the middle as that one off of the hands and incomplete as his intended target, I believe that was number 3 for them, and that is Dan Evans III, as Dan Evans was the target again, unable to bring that one in, so brings it up to a 2nd and 10 scenario. And boy, oh boy, if he could keep his hands on it, that was a monstrous gain for the Falcons in the making. As now, Sherwood with a 2nd and 10 scenario, trips formation out to the right. Taking the snap, handing it off, Tyree Mitchell, the outside run again, working for the Falcons, and then it's a first down yet again. As Canton McKinley going to need to scout that outside run and going to need to fix that because it's killed him the last 2 attempts on it as trying to get to the outside. And when the Falcons have been able to get to the outside, they've hurt McKinley. But McKinley, we've seen him have good pressure up the middle, and they've been able to penetrate one time at least against DJ Williams, and that was with the runs going up the middle as the Falcons quickly reconvened from that and decided not to go with the runs up the gut with that much size on the McKinley line. Nevertheless, a first down now coming up for the Falcons. As taking the snap, handing it off to DJ Williams, and keeping it is Williams, and Williams going to take off running. He's going to take it to the house, and he's going to take it in for 6 as DJ Williams, touchdown number 2 on the game, has put the Falcons up 13-7. What a run outside by Williams as he turned on the burners, and you weren't catching him from there. Extra point pending as Josiah Burneye coming out for the kick. Chance to take a 7-point advantage now on Canton McKinley. As the McKinley Bulldogs now, we're going to see if we will see Amarian Williams going forward, as that's going to be interesting, as Keaton Rohde did start the first 2 offensive possessions, as they've been going quarterback but kind of by committee between those two, giving them equal opportunities, and they're both very talented. As splitting the uprights for the extra point is Josiah Burneye, and it is now a 14-7 lead in favor of the Falcons. As now we get ready for Canton McKinley to receive the kickoff. We'll take a real quick break. Thank our friends over at WRS Wealth Advisors for all of their support through the audible call this season.
WRS Wealth Advisors is the area's premier wealth and retirement specialist. With our combined 70 years experience, WRS Wealth Advisors is the area's premier wealth and retirement specialist. Call 330-965-0370 to learn more about our individual and corporate financial planning services, or visit WRSwealth.com. Good luck, athletes.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists, located on South Avenue in Boardman.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Every one of our vehicles has undergone our own 126-point inspection, so it passes the most important inspection, yours. No other dealership has the extra inventory, gives you extra for your trade, and goes the extra mile for you. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Welcome back, everybody, to Tom Benson Stadium at the Hall of Fame Stadium as the Austintown Fitch Falcons taking on the Canton McKinley Bulldogs. Fitch up 14-7. Canton McKinley back ready to receive the kickoff and open up their third offensive possession of this ball game. Josiah Burneye back ready to kick it off from the 40-yard line. As Canton McKinley definitely looking for more discipline this time around on this drive, as second time around they really shot themselves in the foot with some costly penalties that put them in a terrible situation field position wise, as they were very effective their first time around as they look to get back to that same success and all getting it down on the ground and hitting the ground hard as they do open it up, and will have possession right around the 30-yard line. I believe he got stopped up at the 29. And that is where the Bulldogs will open up. As we are here at the start now of the second quarter, as the end of the first sees the Falcons up 14-7. So start of the second quarter now. And Amarian Williams is back at quarterback as Rhodey has been subbed out for the next two possessions, presumably. So we'll see what Amarian Williams has to offer. And whistle blown, and I believe a timeout called. And it is going to be a timeout called, this time by Canton McKinley. So before we even open up that offensive set, want to get his guys back and talk with them as Canton McKinley, before their offensive set opens up, we're going to take a real quick break. Thank our partners over at iCenter.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you.
As we resume action here out of the timeout, Canton McKinley now ready to start their third offensive possession of the game here in the second quarter. 11:54 left in the second as we just opened up the second quarter. Falcons leading at 14-7. As Amarian Williams getting his first look at quarterback as a handoff to Chris Williams and getting him stopped and maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, but no more, as now setting up for a 2nd and 10 is Canton McKinley. As we look from here at Canton, Ohio, all the way to Hickory, Pennsylvania, out at Hermitage, PA, where the Ursuline Irish up 16-0 right now over Hickory, as From one state to another, we cover all the bases here at ysnlive.com. As Amarian Williams back again out of the shotgun. So operating out of the shotgun is one of the noticeable differences of Williams compared to Rhodey. Rhodey typically came out from under center. Williams now coming out of the shotgun as he takes the snap, as a two-step drop, fires it over the center, almost intercepted, and that name Tyler Evans there on the coverage. Great coverage on his man. Able to break that one up, and now it's going to bring up a third down and long situation for Canton McKinley, so at risk of quickly going 3 and out. As McKinley will be starting again at the 25, needing to get to the 35 for a first. As the Falcons now coming up with a big third down, and would be huge if the Falcons can get possession back yet again. McKinley looking at a big third down scenario. As Amarian Williams actually has a really good arm on him and able to get that pass, that last pass there rather accurately, as Amarian Williams rolling out to his left, able to complete that pass, trying to come up and make the tackle, rolling off of defenders, able to get an incredible first down. Fighting forward was McKinley, and boy, oh boy, do you love the hustle. That one looked to be number 9, Colin Ruffin, for number 5, as that is Harold Fannin Jr., and we heard a lot about him too, as he is going to be a big name to watch, wide receiver-wise. I believe 6'3", 6'4", 230 pounds at receiver, and he can be a problem as well. And it's going to be a big target and a big first down, though, for Canton McKinley, as now they're going to set up shop at the 36-yard line. As Amarian Williams able to get a first down, and it looks like another timeout called, and I believe this is going to go on McKinley as well, as McKinley taking their final timeout of the first half, and not liking what they're seeing out there on the field, as they're going to bring everything in, take their final timeout, as needing a big offensive score this drive. 10:27 left, and Fitch getting the ball to start the third quarter, as Canton McKinley knows how important it is to get some points on the board this drive. We're going to take a real quick 26-second break. Thank again our friends over at WRS Wealth Advisors.
Hi, this is Tommy Clem, owner of WRS Insurance Solutions.
WRS Insurance Solutions is a local independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsurancesolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck to all the student athletes in the Valley.
Welcome back, everybody, here at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium, as Canton McKinley coming off of a big third down conversion now, setting up shop at the 36-yard line, as Amarian Williams getting his first looks at quarterback today against the Falcons, and already having a pretty successful drive, as Williams again rolling out to his right, going to try to find somebody, and that one is tipped away. Good defense by the Falcons up front, as getting a incompletion, as that was Davian Pritchard, the sophomore cornerback for the Falcons, able to get a swat on that. Bring up 2nd and 10 now for McKinley, as McKinley, not shy to these long, 2nd and long and 3rd and long scenarios, have done pretty well, though, to this point, converting. Amarian Williams back yet again. As Williams out of the shotgun takes the snap and lost the handle on it, and immediately on to stuff them are the Falcons, as a low snap costs McKinley this time, results in a sack. As it's now going to be a 3rd down and 15, 10 minutes to go and ticking here in the second quarter of play, as Marion Williams had to dig that one out of the earth. And by the time he realized he had it in his hands right there to swallow him up were the Falcons defense. Williams back again in a 3rd down and long scenario. 3 receivers out wide to his right, 1 to the left. And on his right hip, I believe that is Trayton Mackey. And a flag thrown on the play, and I believe that one going against Canton McKinley, so that's going to back him up more. And very similar, almost getting deja vu of their second offensive possession in this game, where they were able to get the ball moving, and they were looking really good for a portion of the drive. But then all of a sudden, shooting themselves in the foot again with some penalties, and now it's bringing them up to a 3rd and 20 scenario. So after a big 3rd down conversion, going to need some more magic and rabbits to be pulled out of the hat, as Amarian Williams back again out of the shotgun as he rolls again to his right, gets stopped up there. Great change of direction. He's just running left now. No one's on that left side of the field. Oh, clear skies ahead for Williams as he keeps on going. Huge 1st down conversion for Amarian Williams. And boy, oh boy, stopping on a dime, change of direction. Wow. Oh, my goodness. And you talk about someone that's going to be a problem, someone that's going to be hard to stop. That's hard to stop, folks. When you have a guy rolling out to your right like that and can stop on a dime and that change of direction right to his left, oh, my goodness, had everybody in the whole stadium fooled, all going out right, and now trying to get back out left, as now I believe a timeout being called now on the field. I'm not sure if this is an injury timeout or what the situation is right now as we await here. It looks like just a regular timeout for the time being, but we will await here. Oh, is it a Fitch? As we do see, yes, there is actually, as we do get sight on it, as we do have, I think, an injured player down on the field. So we're going to cut away from this real quick. And when we come back on the other side of our break, we're going to get our updates on it and make sure everything's all right. And we'll be right back here on ysnlive.com.
New things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good. In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring. And, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
WRS Wealth Advisors.
As we cut back in, and yeah, injuries are never something you want to see, as it looks like Sam Moxley is the one that was down. He's able to walk on his own power. It looks like they were able to get him to his feet. It did look like a lower body injury. I believe it might have been something to do with the leg, whether that be ankle, knee, you don't know. But we, of course, wish Sam Moxley the best in his future health and endeavors, as we obviously hope he's able to get back for his senior year back out onto the football field. As now, we're back here, though, and Amarian Williams had a huge 3rd down conversion, as he was able to create it himself, taking the snap again and trying to hand it off and go up the gut. The run that time does not work. Falcons had that one scouted well, as it's going to bring up 2nd and 10 now for Canton McKinley. As Amarian Williams, though, has come in and has been a jolt of lightning for this offense, and really coming out of that shotgun, I think, has really been a thing that the Falcons haven't been able to adjust well to, as we see him coming out of the shotgun gives him a lot more options to run himself, and boy, oh boy, does Williams have the legs on him to be able to run and run effectively. As a flag is thrown, I believe they're going to call that one false start. Yeah, they are, and it's going to back up the Bulldogs again. With as much as the Bulldogs are hurting themselves, if they result this play or this drive in a touchdown, you might see it have 200-plus yards, because it feels like they have to go 2 football field lengths to get the touchdown, with as many times as the plays have been called back on them. Incredible and scary to think what this offense can do if it's playing with a little bit more discipline. as a 3 receiver out wide to Williams left, 1 to his right. Taking the handoff and keeping it himself was Williams, trying to break some tackles and gets tackled up and stopped short of the original line of scrimmage as he tried to fall forward. Did get a few yards on the play as a gain of about 4 is going to bring up 3rd and 12 now for McKinley. As decision time now, as you're looking at about 7 minutes and 35 seconds and ticking right now in the second quarter. Fitch getting the ball to start the third is a big thing going forward. So you got to figure, if you're McKinley, do you go for it now that you are in Falcon territory? If you don't convert here is going to be the biggest question. As Williams out of the shotgun takes the snap, fires over the center, and right there, reading it perfectly, but what a catch! What a catch up front, and I believe, again, Trayshawn Foster, that time was the one responsible for making the catch. Falcons were there right in time to make the tackle, but it does look like he held onto it, and if he did, that is one heck of a catch. And I believe if they're going to give him forward progress, and I think they are, I think that is going to be a first down. So another monstrous 3rd down conversion for McKinley and Amarian Williams. As Amarian Williams shining bright right now when his team needs him the most. Another big 3rd down conversion. As taking the snap again, Williams trying to go over top with it, and that one looks to be picked off, and it was, as a flag thrown on the play, though. We'll have to see what this one is on. As we await to see what the flag is going to be called on. As the one that did come away with the pick, that was Deshaun Vaughn Jr. As we know, he was responsible for 3 interceptions last week. Got his hands on another one. As you don't want to throw his way, he issued that warning. Did come away with his hands on it, but it does look like the play goes, or the flag goes against the Falcons, and that's going to move the McKinley Bulldogs forward, as I believe it was pass interference. I can't imagine what else it could have been called on that one. So a pass interference call sends McKinley forward 15, and now sets them up with a 1st and 10 in the Falcons' red zone. Going immediately to Chris Williams for the carry, as he got about 3 on the carry, and sets him up for 2nd and 7 now. As Amarian Williams, never say die attitude behind center, and boy, oh boy, something special he's doing here tonight, converting these 3rd downs and distance, and just doing it with his legs, with his arm. But again, one of those guys you got to watch out for. You got to circle number 9 on that defense for the Falcons, Deshaun Vaughn Jr. Got his hands on the ball again, not going to want to throw his way, as you got to be cautious of him. As Amarian Williams with the snap hands it off to Chris Williams. Chris Williams right around that 1st down marker. I think they're going to mark him up short of it, as it looks like it's going to be 3rd down and about inches, maybe a yard, as another 3rd down situation. But I think at this point it's 4 down territory for McKinley. As with 5:22, this is a huge score, and it would be huge if McKinley can figure something out on defense. You got to remember, Falcons do get the ball to start the 3rd. Yes, back again is McKinley. Taking the snap is Amarian Williams and trying to get on him early, and they do get on him early, and a tackle for loss on Chris Williams, and that's going to bring up a big 4th down situation. 4th down, and that's definitely going to be about a yard to go now. I think losing a little bit on that play was McKinley. So they've been able to pull off 3rd down in 20 situations, 3rd down and 10, but it was a 3rd down and 1. That finally got the Bulldogs, as a little bit less room to operate with the field. Going to be interesting to see what they pull out of the old playbook here in a 4th down and 1 situation. Do have good runners in Amarian Williams and Chris Williams as their quarterback and running back respectively right now are the Bulldogs. So interesting to see what they come up with. As Taking the snap is Amarian, hands it off to Chris Williams. He's got the first down and more, fighting forward, carrying him into the end zone for a touchdown as McKinley responds to the Falcons. Some long offensive drives by both teams being put together here. And the Bulldogs capitalize now as they come a PAT away from tying this ball game. As back now again, Al-Assad, their kicker. 1 for 1 on the day already. As he lines up for his second attempt of the evening. As taking the snap, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. Splits the uprights, and Al-Assad ties the ball game at 14 apiece. 4:06 left to go in the first half of play. Falcons getting the ball back, and we'll have that all right here live on ysnlive.com right after this.
It's a new year at Acura of Boardman and Boardman Mitsubishi with huge savings on over 350 fully inspected vehicles. We have cars, trucks, SUVs, minivans, and work vehicles. We don't have it, our team will find it. We aim for 100% credit approval with payments as low as $99 per month. And as always, we'll pay top dollar for your trade. For a great vehicle and a great experience, come see why everyone is stopping by at Acura of Boardman and Boardman Mitsubishi.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Welcome back, everybody. 4:06 remain in this second quarter of play as the Falcons back ready to receive the kickoff as we are all tied up at 14 apiece after the big rushing touchdown by Chris Williams has tied the game, and Al-Assad kicking the PAT, tying the game for the Bulldogs at 14 apiece. Fitch getting possession, though, here in this late in this second quarter, and they will open up the third with possession as well. As Tyler Evans trying to change direction, he's able to change directions, turning on the Jets and going and stopped up right around the 30. And boy, oh boy, if Tyler Evans just had one more step on him, you might have had a special teams touchdown. As Canton McKinley able to save themselves yet again. 3:57 to go, though, as if the Falcons have it their way, they would burn the rest of this clock out and take it into halftime. But see what Canton McKinley's defense brings to the table after two consecutive offensive scoring drives for the Falcons. As Devin Sherwood back now. Two receivers out wide to his left, two out to his right. DJ Williams back, and he initially went to the fake off to Williams, kept it himself, went up the middle, barreled up the middle for about 3. And now Devin Sherwood with a gain of 3 yards sets his team up for a 2nd and 7 situation. As now going with the 3 receiver out left of Sherwood now, and a timeout being called. I believe Falcons taking their last timeout of the half, so both teams completely out. 3:31 to go here in the first half of play. On the other side of this timeout, we will see the Falcons rest of their offensive possession right after this on ysnlive.com.
New things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good. In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
As we welcome you back here, 3:31 to go here in the second quarter of play. Falcons with possession. They will also open up the third quarter with possession, so a chance for a 2-for-1 situation here for the Falcons if they can play this possession smart. As taking the initial snap, and I believe as a false start is being called on a flag thrown on the far side of the field. We saw a stoppage of play. I didn't see initially where the flag came from. It came from that far side. And a false start by Austintown backs them up. It's going to be second down and about 13 now for the Falcons. As DJ Williams responsible for both touchdowns of Fitch, both on the ground. And the snap from Sherwood. Sherwood in trouble as the pocket collapses, rolling out to his right. Fires a seed! Finds Smith! Nobody out in front of him. They're going to need to try to catch him. Can't push him out of bounds. They do horse collar tackle him, and that's going to be extra yardage added on to the end of that one for Smith. As, actually Dan Evans III, with that catch. Initially, looked like Smith came away with it. No, that was Dan Evans III, as Dan Evans a couple of times has been targeted tonight, and we saw those couple of times that he did have the ball in his hands. Couple of drops, though, as he does come through big time with a huge, monstrous gain for the Falcons. But now you left a little bit of time for McKinley, and this is actually a pretty good situation for the Bulldogs. If the Falcons score too quickly here, McKinley's going to have time to take this ball back down the field. But with no timeouts left, going to have to work in a very quick 2-minute offense, you figure, if you are McKinley going forward. So Devin Sherwood now, after the big pass to Dan Evans III, has now got his team set up first and goal at the 5. Sending Tyree Mitchell into motion. Taking the snap is Sherwood. Sherwood trying to find the end zone himself. Did he get it? As we await the sign. Yes, he did, as a touchdown for Devin Sherwood, as he's able to barrel his way forward and get another rushing touchdown for the Falcons, 20-14, pending the extra point, as Fitch reclaims the lead. 3:11 to go here in this second quarter, first half of play, and boy, oh boy, was that ever a quick response for the Falcons. As now back for the PAT, Josiah Burneye, 2 for 2 on attempts today. As that kick is up and through the uprights, make it 3 for 3 on the night for Josiah Burneye, as now the Falcons retake a 7-point advantage. So McKinley going to get the ball back with a few ticks over 3 minutes to go, and we'll have Canton McKinley's offensive possession right after this on ysnlive.com.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
Planning a project around your home or rental property? Trust the electrical service to the local experts with 62 years of serving the Mahoning Valley. Joe Dickey Electric is your local go-to source for responsive, reliable residential electrical work. From everyday maintenance and repairs to new installations, electrical upgrades, and safety inspections, no job is too big or too small. Call Joe Dickey Electric today, 800-549-3976, or visit DickeyElectric.com. That's DickeyElectric.com.
Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
As we're back here, Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium, as Canton McKinley ready back to receive the kickoff. Josiah Burneye ready to kick it off, as down 21-14 are the Bulldogs, but were able to score rather effectively on a very long drive, their last offensive possession. It's going to need to work a little bit quicker. Only 3 minutes and 11 seconds left on the clock. And a onside kick for the Falcons, and recovered nicely by McKinley. And it looks like the Bulldogs now will have possession right at the 50. And, you know, this is actually a pretty smart play by Coach Parker and the Falcons, because if you come away with it, then you got possession and you have a chance to really put this game away. But by giving it back to Canton McKinley, now you have a chance to actually get the ball back with time on the field. It's all an offensive strategy by Coach Parker. He wants to be up by either 14 or 21 at the end of this. He does not feel content with a 7-point lead. So Canton McKinley, their job now, try to score, but try to leave the Falcons with no time left on the clock, so you can take this right into the third quarter tied up at 21 apiece, or at the very least keep this within a one-possession game. As back again, Amarian Williams for his second offensive possession, 4th overall for McKinley, as Amarian Williams tries to fire a seed. That one a little bit too high for his intended target, which was number 5, Harold Fannin Jr., the big offensive weapon and receiver for McKinley, as a target there, but unable to bring it down. And now 2nd and 10, and unfortunate with the incompletion does stop the clock. And that's the biggest enemy right now, I think, for McKinley. They got to play smart with the time that is going to be allotted to the Falcons. As Williams again setting up out of the shotgun and checking off to his coach on the near side of the field. And an adjustment, Chris Williams now goes into motion now on the right side of Williams as Amarian Williams hands it off to Chris Williams, and they had that play scouted, did the Falcons, stopped it right at the line of scrimmage, and a big 3rd down and 10 situation. You got to figure McKinley's content letting the clock run and letting that play clock run as far down as they can before getting this play off. Now, the big thing is for McKinley, can they convert another 3rd down? And more importantly, can Amarian Williams convert another 3rd down? He's been able to pull some rabbits out of his hat earlier in this game. Let's see if he has another in store. As going with a 3 receiver out wide to the right, 1 receiver out left. And taking it is Williams. Williams, pocket collapses. They're trying to get a hold of him. Unable to get a hold of him. Falling down, and they completes another catch. Does it get a completion? No, I think they're waving it off. Was it a trap is the big question. I believe one waved it off, one called a catch. I believe it's called a catch. What a catch and what a throw by Amarian Williams. As Patrick Mahomes-esque almost, as Amarian Williams fading away, falling to the ground, able to get an accurate pass off. What another 3rd down conversion from this young man as he continues to shine in this ball game. As Amarian Williams again taking the snap, looks to his left, goes for the screen pass, trying to get it in there as that might be a fumble, and it looks like it is. Able to jump back on it though is McKinley. So no harm, no foul, but it does back them up some, and they're going to be back at the 40-minute, 48 and ticking. But the good thing is for McKinley at the very least, they are set up to at least burn this clock out the rest of the way. 30 seconds left on the play clock, minute 38 left on the game clock. And just letting it run down, you're going to see this run down to probably about a minute 20, minute 15 before they finally snap this ball, as McKinley now getting into formation. Going 3 receivers to his left, 1 out wide to the right. And taking the snap and the handoff, trying to go out wide was Fannin, trying to get that seam, and he's able to just keep bulldozing. A flag is on the play. Fannin was very, very close to the 1st down. Let's see if he got it, and they do call a flag, though, against McKinley. And it's a holding penalty. The holding penalty against McKinley is going to back him up 10. More importantly, he's going to stop the clock, though, for the Falcons at a minute 02. 2nd down and 16 to go, though. And I don't know if you will see another pass from McKinley. We'll have to see how risky they decide to get with this, as you probably don't want to stop the clock at all. Can run this play clock out with 2 plays here. As Amarian Williams and the Bulldogs setting up in the same formation as last. As sending them into motion and double fake off and handing it off and trying to go up the middle with it and getting a nice chunk of yardage on the carry was Chris Williams. But now that's going to bring up a 3rd down and long scenario. But with the clock ticking at 30 seconds to go, last play likely coming up for the Bulldogs, as they're going to try to run this play clock probably all the way down. And this might be Hail Mary time right around the 50. We'll have to see what kind of arm Williams has. As Williams tries to throw for the sideline, going to have to try to get out of bounds, stop that clock as Fannin stays in bounds, and they finally tackle him out of bounds, stop the clock, 7 seconds to go, and now all of a sudden Canton McKinley set up for a nice attempt at a Hail Mary here to end the half. As Fannin, you got to respect the hustle of trying to fight forward, but you got to step out of bounds at some point there and stop that clock. But Fannin, nevertheless, another big catch and setting up McKinley very well here as they are on the 33-yard line looking for a touchdown. 3 receivers out to the near side, I should say, 1 to the far side. Chris Williams at the running back. Taking it is Amarian Williams. Going to step forward, fires it for the end zone, and it is batted up into the air. No good. No flags on the play, and the time reaches 0. So the Falcons escape the game-tying efforts of Canton McKinley here in the first half, as they will take a 21-14 lead into halftime. More importantly, Falcons will get possession to start the third quarter. As this time we would normally go over to our full slate of halftime commercial breaks, but by request of Quinn Pushkar, and I believe certain people are watching, hoping to see this Falcons band, so we aren't going to take that away from you, as we will leave this broadcast up during the halftime presentation of the Falcons band, as we will let you guys enjoy them. As for that, enjoy the Falcons band. We'll be back after halftime here on ysnlive.com.
New things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good. In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring, and, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Every one of our vehicles has undergone our own 126-point inspection, so it passes the most important inspection, yours. No other dealership has the extra inventory, gives you extra for your trade, and goes the extra mile for you. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
We are there in your community. Small business owners, mechanics, police officers, homemakers. And we are there serving our nation in the Air Force Reserve. When medical emergencies arise, in cybersecurity, when natural disasters happen, we are there in space. We are Reserve Citizen Airmen, and we are there with over 180 different jobs to serve your country. Air Force Reserve.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
Working with your family can be stressful at times, but because they're family, you know that you're going to get a loving, honest answer, even when things don't make sense, to any problem. Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance.
Storm season.
I think we're under the gun for some heavy storms over the next couple of hours.
And Storm Tracker 21 is ready.
This is probably the one we're keeping a closer eye on.
On air.
And locally, we're going to have a lot of eyes on our area.
Online.
All right, let's talk high-res futurecast and the timing of this weather.
On social media and on our app.
Notice we'll have scattered showers on Thursday.
Stay ready with Storm Tracker 21.
The severe weather threat now through around sunset this evening.
Hi everyone, this is DJ Yoakley with Your Sports Network. We appreciate your support of YSN and welcome you to the YSN family. Our broadcast streams are brought to you live at no cost to you by sponsors that are local to this community. Without the vision and generosity of our sponsors and partners, we would not be able to bring this game to you today. So please support the great businesses and leaders that are making this game possible. And if you're a business in need of great advertising and sponsorship opportunities, feel free to head over to our site for more information on the right fit for you. We are local, we are loyal, and we are live. We are YSN.
details. Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods is one fine ride. Perfect cornering, superb handling, sporty and stylish, power to spare, plus awesome mileage. Yeah, jaw-droppingly beautiful lines and well appointed with luxurious trim. Put more oomph in your life and start beholding the molding. Find your home's fine hardwood at BairdBrothers.com.
Right now is a great time to get more for your trade-in at Tri-State Ford. Choose a new Ford or from our great selection of pre-owned vehicles. Plus, you'll get the Tri-State Ford Advantage, including a 10-year, 200,000-mile warranty and more. At Tri-State Ford, we'll pay you top dollar for your trade, but you don't have to purchase one of ours to sell us yours. Customer-focused, community-driven. Tri-State Ford, East Liverpool, or visit tristateford.net.
Hi, this is Tommy Clem, owner of WRS Insurance Solutions.
WRS Insurance Solutions is a local, independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsuranceSolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck to all the student athletes in the Valley.
Hi, I'm Colin Chupa. And I'm Kelsey Clem from K-Squared Marketing. Our boutique marketing firm specializes in media planning and buying, public relations, event marketing strategies, and strategic sponsorships. We can integrate our services with your existing game plan, or we can be your entire marketing team. Your goals, our game plan. Let's win together. Call K-Squared Marketing at 330-623-2730 or visit ksquared.marketing to learn more.
Every customer has a story, and at Greenwood Chevrolet, we are committed to making sure it ends with you in the right vehicle. I get to be part of somebody's adventure, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their finances. They trust me to take care of them, and they trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
News doesn't stop after the sun goes down. Sometimes you just have to hustle to get it. At 21 News, no matter how far it is, no matter what it takes to get there, we're working to bring you the best stories and the freshest content at 11 p.m. with the context and clarity that makes it worth staying up for, no matter what time it is. 21 News at 11 with me, Aaron Simonek, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 11, news that's worth your time.
Jimmy Sudman here, Director of Isle, Purple Cat, and Golden String. We are happy to support YSN and two of my favorite people, Scotty Mincher and Super Dave O'Malley. We are an agency that provides services for adults with disabilities. We infuse humor, passion, and joy into their lives. If you know of any folks with disabilities that need our assistance, please contact us.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
Custom order your Ford your way at Tri-State Ford. Choose the available features that fit your life and style, from the all-new 2022 Ford Maverick F-150 Lightning through the entire Ford lineup. Pick your color, trim level, and options, plus get the Tri-State Ford Advantage, including a 10-year, 200,000-mile warranty and more. Start your custom order today. Stop in or visit tristateford.net. Customer-focused, community-driven. Tri-State Ford, East Liverpool.
Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
Planning a project around your home or rental property? Trust the electrical service to the local experts with 62 years of serving the Mahoning Valley. Joe Dickey Electric is your local go-to source for responsive, reliable residential electrical work. From everyday maintenance and repairs to new installations, electrical upgrades, and safety inspections, no job is too big or too small. Call Joe Dickey Electric today, 800-549-3976, or visit DickeyElectric.com. That's DickeyElectric.com.
When looking for home design inspiration, don't just be inspired, be Baird inspired. Whether new or remodeling, Baird Brothers has the latest trends like shiplap to refresh your home. Go from inspiration to installation with our wide selection of in-stock American hardwoods. From the rustic charm of antique oak to the warmth of traditional cherry, Baird Brothers has what you need to make your home inspiring. Baird Brothers, our family's heritage, your family's home.
At Hubbard Chevrolet, Hubbard can help you get the financing you need regardless of your situation. I'm Tony Page, and I've helped thousands of customers in Northeast Ohio and Western Pennsylvania buy a vehicle. Visit HubbardChevy.com to get pre-approved. Remember, folks, Hubbard can help.
My guy keeps it 100% of the time. He wants all 100, won't settle for 99. And it's more than stats because there's people in those numbers. And I was one of the lost sheep. I'm so glad he cares for all 100. I'm 100% safe, 100% free, 100% love. I can be 100% me. He gave all 100 when they put him up on that tree. That's 100% passion for 100% free. So if I play in front of 100, or if I play in front of 2, there's an audience of 1 getting 100% of what I can do.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
Planning a project around your home or rental property? Trust the electrical service to the local experts with 62 years of serving the Mahoning Valley. Joe Dickey Electric is your local go-to source for responsive, reliable residential electrical work. From everyday maintenance and repairs to new installations, electrical upgrades, and safety inspections, no job is too big or too small. Call Joe Dickey Electric today, 800-549-3976, or visit DickeyElectric.com. That's DickeyElectric.com.
Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
Coca's Pizza, always supporting our community and our local athletes. Stop in on game day or score big and have it delivered right to your door. Check out our daily specials at cocaspizza.com. That's Coca's Pizza, we serve it hot.
New things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good. In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring. And, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Every one of our vehicles has undergone our own 126-point inspection, so it passes the
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
Welcome back, everybody, as we bring you in for the start of the third quarter as the Austintown Fitch Falcons leading this one 21-14 over Canton McKinley, as two of those touchdowns for Austintown Fitch Falcons came off of the ground of DJ Williams, so 2 rushing touchdowns on the attack for him, as well as a rushing touchdown on the ground for Devin Sherwood. On the other side of things, as Keaton Rohde was able to get a touchdown pass rattled off in that first quarter, as well as Chris Williams adding in a rushing touchdown for Canton McKinley. That's the difference in our game as the Falcons getting ready to open up with possession here in the start of the third quarter, as hauling that one in is Cam Smith. Cam Smith trying to get through the pressure of McKinley. He's going to be stopped up right around the 25-yard line, and that's where the Falcons will take over offensively to start this third quarter. As Canton McKinley was able to burn out the rest of that clock in the end of the second quarter to keep it a one-possession game to go into halftime. Big time now stop for McKinley, as they don't want to be playing from behind 2 possessions the rest of the game. As Sherwood coming in out of the shotgun, trips formation to his left, fakes the handout to Williams and rolls now to his right. He's just going to turn on the jets and go himself. Going to go inside of the run. He's still going, rolling off of guys. He's past the 50. Devin Sherwood with an impressive run to start here and gets a first down and much, much more, as the Falcons 2 plays into the drive are already in Canton McKinley territory. As the Falcons, known for their quick strike ability on offense, part of what makes them so dangerous to go up against is that you feel like you need to compete, grind, and grit just to get points against them. And when you do, this is a team that can put points on you in a hurry if you're not careful on defense. Sending Tyler Evans into motion as he sets up now 3 wide out to the left. And taking in the snap is Sherwood. Sherwood, pocket collapses on him, and this time they're going to get him for a sack. And behind the 50, send him back on the opposite side of the field, back in McKinley territory, and the first sack of the game for the McKinley Bulldogs, and first sack, I believe, or second sack only on this season against Devin Sherwood. So the Austintown offensive line collapses. on Sherwood that time. McKinley able to pick up a sack, as now it is 2nd down and 17 for Sherwood. As a little dump-off screen pass to DJ Williams. Took him a second to get his hands on the ball. He got up to the 45, but won't get much more than that. As now going to need a lot of work to be done are the Falcons, as it's going to be 3rd down and long scenario. Losing a couple yards there was DJ Williams. Going to need to try to figure it out. 3rd and 19 now for Fitch. As Tyree Mitchell back out on the field for the Falcons. Lining up 3 receivers spread out wide to the left, as well as Tyree Mitchell on the left hip of Sherwood. Sherwood takes in the snap. As he stays in the pocket, going to get pressured now. They're going to try to block for him. Sherwood escaping, going to throw a pass. Almost threw a seed over the middle. That would have been a 1st down and more had DJ Williams would have been able to catch that. Nevertheless, a big 4th down now for the Falcons. They're going to have to punt this one away, and Canton McKinley comes out with a huge defensive stop to start this 3rd quarter. 9:57 to go in the 3rd, as McKinley will be getting the ball back now. And the question is, with as successful as Amarian Williams was, if they are going to go back to Keaton or not going forward. As Rhodey, it is his turn due up next in possessions as far as the 2 and 2 that they've been doing here. As ready to boot it now are the Falcons, and getting a nice punt, fair catch. No fair catch called, actually. Just caught it there at the 25. Got him maybe another yard or 2 before being brought down. So the Canton McKinley Bulldogs will start on the 27-yard line now. As McKinley going to need to put together another successful drive against this Falcons team to get this game back to even, as the Falcons still cling to a 7-point advantage and looking for a big defensive stop now against McKinley, as McKinley was able to get their opportunity now. Let's see what they have in store. As Keaton Rhodey is back out on the offensive side of the ball. Manning quarterback is now Rhodey, so Marion Williams is going to sit the next couple possessions, presumably, as Keaton Williams getting the handoff there. He's going to take it up the middle for about 5. Got the half the distance needed on that first carry, setting up about a 2nd down and 6 scenario now for the Bulldogs. Second down and 6. 9 minutes, 15 seconds left in the 3rd. Taking the snap is Rhodey. Rhodey firing a seed and able to get a catch there, as there is a flag, though, on the play. Turning on the Jets, though. Going to need to get him out of bounds, and they are able to get him out of bounds just in time, as Trayshawn Foster able to come away with a big catch. But I believe this one's coming back, and yes, it is. And I looked like holding, I think, against the Bulldogs. That's going to send them back another 10. So a big play for Keaton Rhodey and the Bulldogs going to be erased off of the books now, as now it's going to be set up in a 3rd down situation, and very long, and a 3rd and 16 look now for the Bulldogs. As now it's going to be 3rd and 11, on a 5-yard penalty, as it was a false start, as we get a correction on that. So a false start penalty brings them back 5 yards, not a holding penalty, as I originally presumed it was. It was a false start, so get the correction on that. 3rd and 11, not 3rd and 16. Nonetheless, though, it is a 3rd and long scenario for the Bulldogs. 11 yards to go. They've been able to pull a lot of magic out of their hat, though, needing another 3rd down conversion, though. As Keaton Rhodey out of the shotgun. He's been operating in it now since he's come in for this possession. Going for the catch. Oh, my goodness. What a catch down the sideline by who else but number 5, Harold Fannin Jr., as the big man coming away with another big catch, doubled down the sideline, as Deshaun Vaughn and I believe Dan Evans III both on him. So 8:50 to go and another new set of downs for the Bulldogs as they're able to convert on third down yet again. Switching to the shotgun has helped tremendously. Pressure on him real quickly, and that screen pass, a lot of room up ahead, and they're going to get right to the first down, right on the cusp of it, about a yard short, and it's going to be a 2nd down and 1 now. So 2nd down and 1. On the 35-yard line now. In Fitch territory is McKinley. As Rohde checking off on the sidelines, getting the call from his coach. Relaying that message to his O-line now and getting everybody all set. As Rohde taking in the snap, out of the shotgun, gonna go deep pass to Fannin. Fannin hauls it in, Fannin scores it, as it is now gonna be a 1-point game. As boy, oh boy, he had the distance and he got the space and he did not miss it. Harold Fannin, big touchdown reception, and now that brings the game back within 1 point, pending an extra point, as Al-Assad 2 for 2 to this point, looking to make it 3 for 3 and tie this ball game up at 21 points apiece. As Al-Assad lines up for the kick. The snap is off. The kick is up, and it is through the uprights. Good. And we are all tied up here, 21 apiece at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium, as the Falcons give up the touchdown after allowing McKinley to get possession back. We're all evened up as Fitch coming back with possession right after this on ysnlive.com.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
Planning a project around your home or rental property? Trust the electrical service to the local experts with 62 years of serving the Mahoning Valley. Joe Dickey Electric is your local go-to source for responsive, reliable residential electrical work. From everyday maintenance and repairs to new installations, electrical upgrades, and safety inspections, no job is too big or too small. Call Joe Dickey Electric today, 800-549-3976, or visit DickeyElectric.com. That's DickeyElectric.com.
Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Every one of our vehicles has undergone our own 126-point inspection, so it passes the most important inspection, yours. No other dealership has the extra inventory, gives you extra for your trade, and goes the extra mile for you. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Welcome back, everybody. Here, third quarter of action, 7:50 to go in that third quarter as the Austintown Fitch Falcons back ready to receive the kickoff. We're all tied up at 21 apiece after a big touchdown connection from Keaton Rohde to Harold Fannin Jr. As taking it in and hauling it in are the Falcons, and it looked like Cam Smith able to haul that one in, gets it up to the 25, and that's where the Falcons offense will start in this offensive possession as the Falcons now tied up, looking to reclaim a lead over McKinley. Hard-fought game to this point, though, as McKinley able to come up with a huge defensive stop in the Falcons' last offensive possession, looking for much of the same success this time around. As Devin Sherwood emerging from the huddle. As Tyree Mitchell coming out as his primary back, trips formation out to his right side. as that's Jordan Eli, Cam Smith, and Tyler Evans on the one side. And it looks like a timeout is being called. I believe it is the Falcons calling it. No, excuse me, the Bulldogs taking a timeout. So the first timeout taken by McKinley will send us into a timeout as well here on ysnlive.com.
You're here to be part of something bigger, to make things happen. For you, college is about knowledge being shared and learning experiences that aren't limited to the classroom. On campus, you want to matter. It's about engaging every day, building relationships with students, with mentors, with the community, in the heart of a reinvented city. We are that something bigger. We are Youngstown State University, and proud.
Welcome back, everybody, as we're out of the timeout by Canton McKinley, and now getting ready for their offensive possession is the Falcons. Again, coming out in the same formation. Tyree Mitchell again on the right hip of Sherwood and handing it off to Mitchell, as Mitchell able to get a few yards on that one, as it looks like forward progress is going to get him about 3 on the carry. So it's going to be marked down 2nd and about 7 to go for the Falcons. So a 2nd and 7 situation for Fitch now after the 3-yard run by Tyree Mitchell. Going 3 out wide to the right on the near side of the field, 1 to the left. Again, Mitchell on the right hip of Sherwood. As taking the snap, Sherwood trying to stay in the pocket, needing to get out of it, and he's going to be sacked yet again as McKinley getting pressure yet again on Sherwood, and that's going to pump up the Bulldog faithful on that one, as now 3rd and 7 coming up. Let's see if the Falcons have a response on 3rd down as well. As a big 3rd down coming up now for the Falcons, as we could see a shift in this game if the Bulldogs are able to come away with a big stop. And taking it in, firing a seed, and that's going to be a 1st down catch and more. And Devin Sherwood with a quick strike ability again, grabbing a 1st down against McKinley, and that's going to be a heartbreaker for the Bulldogs, allowing a 3rd down conversion, and moving the chains now are the Falcons. As now Falcons coming out in that same formation as the last play. Taking in the snap and keeping it himself that time. He held on to it extra long, and Sherwood dives forward. Got about 9 on the carry. 2nd down and short now for the Falcons. So the Falcons now offense starting to move a little bit as they approach the 50-yard line. 2nd and 1 situation for Fitch. Trips formation out to the right side of Sherwood. Out to the backfield is Williams. They hand it off to Williams. Williams has the outside and gets the 1st down and more again. And DJ Williams, every time they've given him that outside, he's made him pay, as he does it yet again with another solid run. Going to his left that time, getting the 1st down and more. 5:49 left in the 3rd, and the Falcons now in Bulldog territory. And again, 3-receiver formation out to the left of Sherwood, 1 to the right. The handoff again, this time to Williams. Williams running to the outside the other way, goes inside. Nice cut on the inside, got about half the yardage he needed on that carry. Bring it up to a 2nd and 5 as the Falcons now move within the 40-yard line now of the Bulldogs. As 2nd and 4, this brings up now for Fitch. Trying to reclaim the lead after Canton McKinley was able to tie it off that touchdown pass to Fannin. Getting it and going screen pass to the left to Tyler Evans, who's going to get a 1st down and more. And again, making the Bulldogs defense pay, and that goes right back to when you have the Falcons in a 3rd down, you need to capitalize on it, because if you start letting them convert on those 3rd downs, they're going to hurt you. As now McKinley quickly needing to readjust on defense as the Falcons are rapidly approaching the end zone now, as they're on the edge of the red zone. And they hand it off this time. Tyree Mitchell, no, this time it keeps it is Sherwood. Sherwood got the first down and more. He got a move on him. He's got clear space to the end zone as Devin Sherwood again. Second rushing touchdown on the night for the Falcons quarterback as the Falcons have put up 4 rushing touchdowns. You think this team could pass? No, sir, they could run as well as 4 rushing touchdowns has reclaimed the lead for the Falcons 27-21. And an extra point pending by Josiah Burney. He's 3 for 3 on the night. As the snap off to Evans, the kick up by Burney. It is through the uprights and good. A 4 for 4 night. Very efficient by Josiah Burney. Falcons reclaim a 7-point advantage. So McKinley able to get that one initial stop, and it was a huge stop on Fitch to start this quarter. Unable to stop him this time around when they had him in a third down scenario that the Falcons were able to get out of. Falcons retake the lead. We'll be back right after this break on ysnlive.com.
Hi everyone, this is DJ Yoakley with Your Sports Network. We appreciate your support of YSN and welcome you to the YSN family. Our broadcast streams are brought to you live at no cost to you by sponsors that are local to this community. Without the vision and generosity of our sponsors and partners, we would not be able to bring this game to you today. So please support the great businesses and leaders that are making this game possible. And if you're a business in need of great advertising and sponsorship opportunities, feel free to head over to our site for more information on the right fit for you. We are local, we are loyal, and we are live. We are YSN.
Ah, the details. Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods is one fine ride. Perfect cornering, superb handling, sporty and stylish, power to spare, plus awesome mileage. Yeah, jaw-droppingly beautiful lines and well appointed with luxurious.
Welcome back, everybody, as the Falcons getting ready to kick off this one here at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. As now Josiah Burney getting ready for the initial kickoff against Canton McKinley. As McKinley now down by 7, looking for another offensive response. Last time it came off of Harold Fannin Jr., a huge wide receiver for McKinley. He's going to be a problem going forward. Look for them to target him a lot more going forward. And hauling in the kickoff is McKinley, and oh boy, space up front. Falcons going to need to close the hole quickly as they're going to need to find a closeout, and they do get Fannin out of bounds eventually, but not before he crosses in to their enemy territory, as he's going to spot the McKinley Bulldogs on the 45 of the Falcons, and that is probably the last thing the Falcons were looking for, as McKinley setting themselves up with fantastic field position and giving themselves a prime opportunity to tie this ball game up. As placed at the 45-yard line, and who else but Harold Fannin Jr. again coming through big time for McKinley. Someone's going to have to stop this man. But that's a lot easier said than done, folks. Like we said, big body. And lost the handle on the ball was Rhodey, and getting his hands right back on it before getting touched down. He's going to lose a couple on that 2nd and 12. So a bad snap for the Bulldogs now gives the Falcons a free down, and now the Bulldogs are going to have to operate out of a 2nd and 12 now. The only redeeming factor being on the Falcons side of the field does give them an advantage. They could go for it on 4th if they show desire. As Rhodey checking off on the sideline with his coach. As Chris Williams on his hip. As Rhodey rolling out to his right. They have no coverage, and they see a seed right there near the first down to Fannin. I believe it's going to be enough for a first. It's right on the line. If not, it's going to be 3rd and inches. As Fannin quickly becoming the primary target for McKinley, as they are trying to go to him at all times now, as the Falcons need to find an answer for the big man, and quickly rushing back to the line, getting the Falcons into a hurry-up defense, as the hurry-up offense of McKinley starting. Checking off again on the sideline is Rhodey. As Rhodey taking in the snap, this time keeps it himself, trying to barrel his way forward. He got a few. He's still fighting, though, and he gets up to the 30, and that's where they're going to mark him down, about half the yardage gained, as it's going to be about a 2nd and 4 scenario now, excuse me. So half the yardage needed, and moving deeper into Fitch territory is McKinley. 2:45 left to go in this third quarter, as time quickly going to become a huge factor in this ball game. As Keaton Rhodey again. As Rhodey letting that play clock go all the way down to 3 seconds before handing it off to Williams. Williams right there, as he's going to be stopped, I believe, a little bit short of the first, unless they give him the spot. Let's see. Oh, boy, that is going to be mightily close. They're going to say it's going to be 3rd down and inches right now for McKinley. So a 3rd down situation for the Bulldogs. No doubt this is 4 down territory, though, as McKinley going to have 2 plays in the chamber, but hoping to just get it done here. As the handoff to Chris Williams, and they got it and more, and Chris Williams within the red zone now, and McKinley threatening again to tie this ball game up. As Canton McKinley going to set up shop at that 19-yard line. Needing a score to bring this game back even, down by 7 to the Falcons. As Rhodey takes in the snap, goes right back to Williams. This time he was able to break a tackle, but right there with the reinforcements and a huge tackle. And that getting him behind the line. And I believe the name on that one, I think we got number 10 with the tackle, and Tyree Mitchell out of that outside linebacker position, and I believe that was Tyree Mitchell coming in with that second wave of tacklers, as Chris Williams was able to break that first one. And I don't know, if Mitchell was unable to get that tackle, you might be looking at 6 on the board right now for McKinley. Under a minute to go, though, 40 seconds and ticking, 15 left on the play clock. Taking their time is McKinley. They want to make this clock a factor where they have last possession in the game, you got to figure. But with 30 seconds on the play clock, 3 seconds and ticking on the play clock, and I believe a timeout is going to be called, and it's going to be on McKinley's side of things. No, excuse me, it's going to be, yes, it was on Canton McKinley. So 1 timeout remains for the Bulldogs as we are wrapping up towards the end of our third quarter. We'll be right out of this timeout live on ysnlive.com.
The environment in the hospital can be very intense for a patient. Being able to put a smile on their face brightens up my day. I go to Youngstown State University, and my passion is nursing. What I love about studying nursing is that it takes you out of the classroom and into the lab. It's really hands-on. The professors here push you to be your absolute best, so if you want it, you got to work hard for it. I am so excited about my future. I'm Shantiana, and I am why I'm proud.
Welcome back, everybody. 24 seconds remain in this third quarter as we're bringing up a big 2nd down and 15 scenario for the Canton McKinley Bulldogs, trying to score and tie this game up at 28 apiece. Back now is Keaton Rhodey. Takes the snap, hands it off to Chris Williams. There's a flag on the play. Williams is going to get pay dirt for a touchdown, but let's see if this one's coming back. After the flag was thrown, we'll see who it's on. As we're going to see what the call, and it's going to go against McKinley. So, yes, this one is going to be brought back. As Chris Williams had a touchdown on that outside edge run, and he got all the space he needed. But I believe a holding penalty now has backed McKinley up some additional yardage. Looks like they're going to be spotted now right around that 30. So a 2nd down and 20, as they're going to be replaying 2nd down. So 2nd down and 20 situation now, as I believe it was a false start for McKinley. Getting pressure on Rhodey immediately. Rhodey going down, and they do get him down finally, as he got about half the yards he needs, fell down right around that 20. But now it's going to be 3rd down and about 11 to go, unless they bring him back and they spot him further back. And it does look like they are spotting him a little bit further back, and it looks like it's going to be at that 24-yard line where McKinley's going to have to set up, and that is going to do it for the 3rd quarter of play. So to start the 4th quarter, McKinley going to have a play at 3rd down and long at the 24-yard line, as we'll come back with the start of the 4th quarter and more on ysnlive.com.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
Planning a project around your home or rental property? Trust the electrical service to the local experts with 62 years of serving the Mahoning Valley. Joe Dickey Electric is your local go-to source for responsive, reliable residential electrical work. From everyday maintenance and repairs to new installations, electrical upgrades, and safety inspections, no job is too big or too small. Call Joe Dickey Electric today, 800-549-3976, or visit DickeyElectric.com. That's DickeyElectric.com.
Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
We are there in your community. Small business owners.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get ready for the start of the 4th quarter here on ysnlive.com. Big play coming up for Canton McKinley as Keaton Rhodey, big 3rd down and 15 situation. Rhodey back in the pocket, getting chased out, rolling out to his right, trying to find an edge, just throwing that one in there, and it's going to be incomplete. No flags, it looks like, on the play, so it's going to bring up now a 4th and 15 for the Bulldogs. And you got to figure they're probably, I don't know, it's going to be a very far field goal if they attempt it for high school standards. So you got to figure they have to either go for it. I mean, punting it away, they're kind of in that odd territory. So, yeah, going to go for it now. 4th and 15, needing a big play, as no harm, no foul, as if the Falcons take over, they're just taking over on the 24-yard line. So works just as effectively as a punt. As now, Keaton Rhodey, 4-receiver set, going into motion now, as that was Colin Ruffin, as Rhodey trying to break out. Falcons have him scouted. They tackle him at the 30-yard line, as able to get a turnover on downs now is Fitch. DJ Williams responsible for the big tackle for the Falcons, and now Fitch will take over right around that 30-yard line, up by 7 with 11:45 to go in this ball game. As a huge defensive play for the Falcons now, but Canton McKinley has had their backs against the wall and has not allowed the Falcons to take more than a 1-possession lead at any given time in this ballgame. Has been grinding it out tooth and nail the entire time with Fitch, and really got to give it up to this Canton McKinley team. They are really impressive, especially on offense. Looking at guys like Harold Fannin Jr., they've become a problem. Fitch, though, did a good job in that last drive, not allowing him to become a X factor inside that red zone. And a quick dump-off pass to Cam Smith, and Cam Smith just going to bulldoze his way forward as he gets a yard short of the first, as looks like where they're going to mark him might be inches, unless they might move the chains. Let's see where the spot is. They're spotting him right there, and I think they might move the change with that, and they are going to move the change. It is a 1st down for the Falcons now, setting up shop at the 41-yard line, as they are now nearing midfield. as Devin Sherwood again trips formation on the near side of the field. Single receiver out wide. And the handoff, Tyree Mitchell this time, and able to get any yards. And that is one thing Canton McKinley has been shutting down from the get-go, is those runs up the middle. Anytime the Falcons have had success, it's been on those runs outside, but up the middle is just not working with the size of Canton McKinley. So now clock going to become a huge factor going forward in a 2nd down and 10 scenario. 10:50 left in this ball game. Falcons up by 7, trying to move the chains yet again. And the handoff this time again to Tyree Mitchell. They go outside this time with it. And again, Canton McKinley having trouble keeping that under wraps. They do get him after he gets about half of the yardage needed. So Tyree Mitchell picks up about 5. And it's going to be a 3rd down and 5 scenario now for the Falcons. And a huge 3rd down coming up. If Canton McKinley is able to convert here or able to stop the Falcons, likely you would expect a punt from Fitch. So it's huge for McKinley to try to get the ball back and not allow the Falcons to try to take a 2-possession lead this late in this ball game. Sherwood coming up. Big play for both teams. Sherwood taking the snap. Going to get Chase out, rolling out to his left. Sherwood elevates it, finds his man Evans as Tyler Evans, a foot race to the end zone, and he's going to be stopped up just short as he was able to get stopped up. It looked at the 2, maybe the 1 in between that area, but nevertheless, it's going to be 1st and goal now for the Falcons as getting it to their main man, Tyler Evans, running down that near side sideline, and he was left wide open and nothing but green fields and green pastures ahead of him. But able to come down and run it down was McKinley, and that was a great job of stopping a touchdown and erasing a touchdown off of a board, giving their defense one more chance. Backs against the wall, though, as they're going to need to try to put up a wall of defense here on the 1-yard line are the Falcons. DJ Williams back as the halfback. Sherwood with the snap, hands it right off to Williams, and Williams has the hat trick. 3 rushing touchdowns on the night for DJ Williams, and that one the biggest one of all as it puts the Falcons up 34-21 late in this ball game. As the extra point pending, 9:42 left, as you can now take a 2-touchdown lead on the McKinley Bulldogs here, as that was a fantastic play from Devin Sherwood. And a fantastic pass rattled off to Tyler Evans as Josiah Burneye 4 for 4 on the night from extra point land. And it looked like an initial snap, and there's going to be a flag on the play for the jump as it looked like McKinley jumped off. As, yep, it's going to move this extra point attempt even closer, it looks like. If they choose to do so, we'll have to see. Some teams don't like to move closer, though, to that. They don't want to give the other team less space to work with. So we'll see what the Falcons elect to do. They might just decline the penalty and decide to re-kick here. And that might be what the Falcons are electing to do, it looks like, as not moving at all on the play. As now the Falcons, yes, readying up now for the extra point attempt. Like we said, Josiah Burneye, 4 for 4 on the night from PAT territory. Make it 5 for 5 as now the Falcons leading at 35-21. 9:42 left in this ball game. McKinley going to need some quick strike ability offense. They get the ball back right after this on ysnlive.com.
We are there in your community. Small business owners, mechanics, police officers, homemakers. And we are there serving our nation in the Air Force Reserve. When medical emergencies arise, in cybersecurity, when natural disasters happen, we are there in space. We are Reserve Citizen Airmen, and we are there with over 180 different jobs to serve your country. Air Force Reserve.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get ready here for the kickoff to Canton McKinley. 9:42 left in this fourth quarter of play. Austintown Fitch up 35-21 against the Bulldogs. It's been a back-and-forth affair to this point, but the Falcons finally break away and get more than a one-possession lead against McKinley, as McKinley's last lead happened in the first possession of the ball game, where Canton McKinley took a 7-0 lead on Fitch, but Fitch was able to take the lead on McKinley and hasn't looked back since that point, as it's been tied up a couple of times now, but the Bulldogs still have been unable to reclaim that lead since early on against the Falcons. And that opening kickoff is going to be hauled in right around the 30-yard line and tackled nicely right around the 30 is the McKinley Bulldogs, and that's where they're going to start up with offense, as now time going to be an issue, as they're going to need to get offensive drives quickly and efficiently going forward if they want to get themselves back into this ball game down a couple of touchdowns. As Canton McKinley getting ready to start up on offense, as Amarian Williams back out as quarterback, as now expect to probably see him till the end of the game. We'll see if Canton McKinley is able to get a couple more possessions than just two, but he's due up for the next two, as a nice catch already, opening it up with a first down. Reinforcements of the Falcons there to get the tackler on him, but Trayshawn Foster, we've been mentioning a lot his name too. Harold Fannin Jr., pretty solid receiver, and I will say that he's a special talent for this McKinley team. Trayshawn Foster has been pretty dynamic tonight too, for a few catches for McKinley. As now with a first down, Canton McKinley going to need to move quickly, as they're right around midfield, few yards shy of the 50-yard line. As Williams hauls in that pass, goes over the middle and fires a seed to Harold Fannin Jr. for a first down and more. Flag on the play, though. We'll see who it's on. And this one's going to go against the Bulldogs. So, again, another penalty is going to send them back. And this has been one area of the game where you got to highlight, if you're the Canton McKinley Bulldogs, the penalties not going in McKinley's favor. And that's becoming a huge factor at the result of this ball game to this point, is that Canton McKinley just cannot catch a break from the penalties. And every time they rattle off a big play, it seems like the boys in the black and white stripes are able to bring them back and help a little bit on defense. But nonetheless, McKinley, you got to also be a little bit more disciplined. I know some of those calls aren't going to go their way, but McKinley has to be a little bit more disciplined going forward. And when they are, we have seen them plays where they are. They're able to rattle off some highlight reel plays, and they can be really special. But you need to give their guys enough time and just play a little bit more disciplined football. This one ain't over yet, as Canton McKinley at the 50-yard line was at the 50-yard line, now back behind the right around the 40-yard line at the 42, as a first down and 15-yard situation coming up right after this timeout on ysnlive.com.
When looking for home design inspiration, don't just be inspired, be Baird inspired. Whether new or remodeling, Baird Brothers has the latest trends like shiplap to refresh your home. Go from inspiration to installation with our wide selection of in-stock American hardwoods. From the rustic charm of antique oak to the warmth of traditional cherry, Baird Brothers has what you need to make your home inspiring. Baird Brothers, our family's heritage, your family's home.
Every customer has a story, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
As we return to action here at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium, where the Austintown Fitch Falcons taking on the Canton McKinley Bulldogs. Up by a pair of touchdowns is Fitch. Canton McKinley with the ball on the 42-yard line, and they've been moving against the Falcons. Penalty has brought them back 5 yards. 1st and 15 situation the Bulldogs are looking at. Amarian Williams back out as quarterback. Chris Williams on that right hip of him now as they moved him over. Sliding that halfback over to the right side as Williams now takes the handoff. Going to go on that outside run. Going to get that outside run, but get about 5 of those yards back. Maybe call it 6. And that's going to bring up a 2nd and 9 situation, though. But basically erase the penalty from the last play. But takes away a down. So now 2nd and 9 for the Bulldogs. But that brings them up now to the 48. Right around midfield, needing a score. 8:15 remains in this ball game as Canton McKinley knows they need a score and they need one quick. As the McKinley Bulldogs set up yet again. Amarian Williams with Chris Williams to the right. 2 receivers out wide to the right side on the near side of the field, 1 to the left. As the fake on the handoff, Amarian Williams fires a seed and a drop, though. Down low by Trayton Mackey. Unable to hold on to that one, and it's going to go for an incompletion and a big 3rd down and 9 coming up. As you got to imagine 4th down situation no matter what going forward, because if you give the ball back to the Falcons at this point, not looking good for Canton McKinley with only 1 timeout left. So a couple of big plays coming up now for the McKinley offense. As McKinley setting up, Amarian Williams takes the snap. 2-step drop, fires a screen pass to that near side of the field and able to get a few more yards on it. Knowing they only needed half, they did get half the yardage, but now pretty much for all intents and purposes, 7:30 left in the game, still a decent amount of time, so you don't want to say this play calls the game, but it is going to be a paradigm shift if the Falcons are able to stop the McKinley Bulldogs here, and you're going to be looking at a huge hole to try to climb out of if you're Canton McKinley, if you can't convert on this important 4th down and 5 situation. As setting up is McKinley. 3 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Hauling it in is Williams and holding on to it. What a catch and a 1st down catch. Oh my goodness. Magical hands down low. Who else? Harold Fannin Jr. hones in his David Tyree and is able to pull out magic hands with that catch. Bobbling the catch at that 35, but saves the game for the time being for the Canton McKinley Bulldogs. Another highlight reel catch by Fannin Jr. Boy, oh boy, is he something special. As Amarian Williams takes the snap again, goes screen pass, this time to the opposite side, and that time it's been dropped. As Davion Winston, intended target, unable to come down with it. Now it's 2nd down and 10. Not a terrible situation, though, for McKinley as it stops the clock. 6:36 remains in this 4th quarter of play. Austintown Fitch up by 14. McKinley moving now in Falcon territory at the 35. 2nd down and 10 situation for the Bulldogs. As Amarian Williams comes back out of the shotgun set. 3 receivers out wide to his right, 1 to the left. As Chris Williams on his left hip. As taking it and trying to fire it over the middle, and nobody there to come down with it as an incompletion. As the one target I believe that was in the area was number 7, Trayshawn Foster. But now a 3rd down situation coming up. Six minutes and 30 seconds coming up now for McKinley. as I believe, they need to move the chains. I don't know if they ever did from the first time, but nevertheless, it looks like we got them set up at the 25-yard line now. 2nd and 10 situation to go for Canton McKinley. A penalty was called on the play. They moved the chains because it was a first down. My apologies for that. So Canton McKinley now with a first down on the 25-yard line and a fumble on the field, and I think jumping on it in time was Canton McKinley, as just losing possession for a second. McKinley yet again saves the game for them, as Falcons have had a couple of opportunities for turnovers, have been unable to force them like they did with ease last week. As Canton McKinley, though, able to save themselves yet again. 2nd and 13 to go with 6 minutes and ticking left on the clock in this ball game. As Amarian Williams checking off on the sideline with his coaching staff now readies up. Out of the shotgun, takes that snap, fires a slant route over the middle and able to get the catch for half the yardage needed. I believe that was number 9, Colin Ruffin. No, excuse me, it was number 5 yet again, Harold Fannin Jr., as he is loading up the box score with catches, as I guarantee you, he's been a huge, huge part of this offense today when you look at the box score when everything's through and through. As now 3rd down and 3 to go. Inside the red zone is Canton McKinley. And 5 minutes remain on the clock of this ball game. Desperately needing a touchdown is McKinley. Clock is also becoming a factor. Amarian Williams hands it off to Chris Williams. Chris Williams has to try to change direction, unable to do so this time as the Falcons are able to stop him back, as a loss of 2 is going to bring up a 4th down and 5 from the 20-yard line for McKinley. And now, with 4 minutes left on the clock, you could probably safely say that the game can come down to this play. If McKinley, unable to convert, turns the ball over on downs to the Falcons, I just don't see feasibly, with 4 minutes left, McKinley able to get back into it. But hey, stranger things have happened in football, and we never want to count any team out until that clock reaches triple zeros. But for the time being, the Falcons sitting in a very good position against the Bulldogs. As the play clock down to 3 seconds, McKinley going to run out of time, and they're going to need to take a timeout just to save the play clock and save themselves a 5-yard penalty. That's the final timeout, and the final time McKinley can stop the clock, though, as they have now run out of timeouts. 4:09 remains in this ballgame. McKinley coming down to a play, 4th and 5 to go. We'll be back right after this on ysnlive.com.
When looking for home design inspiration, don't just be inspired, be Baird inspired. Whether new or remodeling, Baird Brothers has the latest trends like shiplap to refresh your home. Go from inspiration to installation with our wide selection of in-stock American hardwoods. From the rustic charm of antique oak to the warmth of traditional cherry, Baird Brothers has what you need to make your home inspiring. Baird Brothers, our family's heritage, your family's home.
Welcome back, everybody. 4th quarter of play, 4:09 to go. Canton McKinley needing a score to get back to within 1 possession in this ballgame. 4th down and 5 coming up. This could mean the game. As checking off with his coaching staff. And Marion Williams. As Williams takes the snap, starts rolling out to his right, has an open man. Williams going to take it himself, weave inside and out, and he's going to get a huge first down on a big 4th down conversion for McKinley. And for the time being, keeps this one alive. A tick over 4 minutes to go in this ball game. As McKinley going to need to score and try to get the ball back rather quickly. Falcons, of course, with all 3 of their timeouts left. As a Marion Williams, the handoff, and trying to go right up the gut, got to about the 10-yard line, was Trayton Mackey, I believe, was the one with the carry that time, as Mackey gets a few. in a 2nd and 7 scenario now. As Williams takes the snap out of the shotgun. Going to get rolled out to his right, and again, a missed opportunity as an incompletion intended target was Colin Ruffin, unable to connect with his man on the near side of the field, right around that 2-yard line, so going to have to come up again with a 3rd and 7 situation. As just inside of the 3-yard line is the first down for the Canton McKinley Bulldogs. 3:15 remain in the game. As Marion Williams throws over to the side and able to catch it on the slant route. If that is a completion, we'll have to see. Looks like they're going to count it as that, and it looks like they're going to mark him near that first down marker. I think he's going to be about a yard short. So again, a 4th down situation coming up. Under 3 minutes to go, 2:53 remain in the ball game. As Canton McKinley, again, going to need to convert on 4th down. May come down to this, and most likely will. 2:35 to go. Canton McKinley, 4th down and 1. Taking the snap is Williams, rolling out to his right. Going to need to go in, and he fights in for the touchdown. As don't count this one out just yet, folks, as Canton McKinley puts up another 6. They come back within a single possession of this ball game, but needing still a big extra point, as you don't want to have any extra work lined up ahead of you with 2.5 still remaining on the clock. As Al-Assad is 3 for 3 on the day from extra point territory, looking for a 4 for 4 performance. Assad's kick is up, and he does go 4 for 4 as the Bulldogs close within a single touchdown of the Falcons. With 2.5 minutes to go and McKinley out of timeouts, probably an onside kick you can expect in this situation. We'll see, as a big play coming up here special teams-wise right after this break on ysnlive.com.
New things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good. In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring, and, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Here, 2 minutes and 30 seconds remain as the Canton McKinley Bulldogs have closed the Falcons' lead to within a touchdown. Falcons set to receive the kickoff. Canton McKinley needing to get the ball back, no timeouts, and just over 2 minutes to go, 2.5 to be exact. As McKinley and Al-Assad readies up for the kickoff, and I believe a timeout called as Coach Parker wisely trying to ice the kicker and Canton McKinley, just trying to see what the Bulldogs were bringing out to the field and see what they were electing to go with, calling a timeout where the Falcons are going to be left with 2. So that play we're waiting for is going to have to wait just a little bit longer as we go back to our breaks on ysnlive.com.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Every one of our vehicles has undergone our own 126-point inspection, so it passes the most important inspection, yours. No other dealership has the extra inventory, gives you extra for your trade, and goes the extra mile for you. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Welcome back, everybody, here. 2 minutes and 30 seconds remain, and an important kickoff coming up. Canton McKinley needing the ball back, down by 7. Fitch is back to receive, and if they are able to get the ball back, most likely going to spell the end for McKinley and the Bulldogs. So now needing the ball back, likely to expect an onside kick here. We'll see what is to come as Al-Assad back to kick. As they line up for the onside recovery and coming away with it, Dan Evans III, take it to the house. Touchdown scored for the Falcons, and that is going to spell the end for the Bulldogs for most likely all intents and purposes going forward, as it now becomes a 41-28 lead as Dan Evans III with a scoop and score on the onside kick has now reclaimed a 13-point advantage, extra point pending for Fitch. As rain starting to pour down here on Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium, as just couldn't get out of it without getting a little bit wet here in Canton, Ohio, as trying to finish this one off. Josiah Burneye, perfect from extra point territory this entire game, as he strokes it again and he puts another one through the uprights, and a 6-for-6 game for Josiah Burneye from PAT land, as now the Falcons leading it by 14 yet again. And a 6-second scoop and score, 2:24 remain for McKinley. Now, for McKinley to get back into this one, and it's not impossible, but you're going to need a quick score. And if you're the Falcons, you're not allowing anything over your heads deep. You're going to try to just make them get as close as they can, and you're just trying to burn clock with McKinley being out of timeouts. As now, rain starting to fall a little bit heavier, but with 2:24 left in this game, just trying to get through the final minutes of this so we can put this one in the books, call it a final. As now Josiah Burneye and the Falcons out ready for the kickoff now, as Canton McKinley looking for a little magic on the special teams side of things. They're going to need it here going forward, needing a couple of touchdowns with only 2:24 left on the clock. As Josiah Burneye, ball is set on the Falcon 40. As the kick from Josiah Burneye is up, hauled in right around the 30, and they're going to just take a knee right there. So McKinley going to open up on the 32-yard line. Only a tick comes off the clock, so 2:23 remains, and that's where McKinley will open up shop. As we will be back right after a real quick 30-second break. We thank our friends over at Joe Dickey Electric.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get ready here for the start of another offensive possession for the Canton McKinley Bulldogs. And a first play goes to target was Trayshawn Foster, unable to come away with it as a few seconds burn off the clock. 2:19 remain, and it brings up 2nd down and 10 now for the Bulldogs. As McKinley quickly running out of time, going to need a quick strike on offense to get themselves back into this one. As Keaton Rohde back out under center for the quarterback position for them, as that pass is incomplete, As another incompletion brings up a third down situation, as they basically had to triple team Harold Fannin Jr. to stop him, as number 5 has been a problem all night. They were finally able to get the ball out of his hands that time. 2:15 remain, and 3rd and 10 now coming up for the Bulldogs. As Keaton Rohde again out of the shotgun. Rohde takes in the snap, rolls out to his right, gonna fire over the middle, and that one intercepted by the Falcons, and this one by Cam Smith. If it holds up, it counts as a turnover, and it does. Cam Smith with the interception, and it seals this one for the Falcons, as they will most likely now finish this one out. Victors 42-28. No timeouts left for McKinley, as the Falcons likely just going to kneel it from this point on and burn out the rest of that clock. As a hard-fought game, tooth and nail all the way to the end, Falcons were finally able to get that second score they needed, to get that 2-possession lead that they've been searching for this whole game. And when they finally did, they never looked back, as McKinley able to bring it back to within 1 score, but was never able to quite tie it again, since the Falcons were able to take that 2-possession lead. And it really all came down to just that opening coin toss, and the Falcons electing to kick away and receive it in the 3rd quarter set them up with a lot better situation and scenario going forward. As Devin Sherwood takes it, and from the shotgun takes a knee, and that's going to burn another 40 seconds off the clock. Do that a couple more times until the end of this ball game. But no doubt what we saw from the Falcons today, as resilient as ever against a very good Canton McKinley offense, was able to contain Harold Fannin Jr. enough to not let him single-handedly beat him, though there was a couple of times where it seemed like Fannin was going to single-handedly beat the Falcons, but no, Falcons defense shored up, had some huge defensive plays, and just ending it there was a huge interception by Cam Smith to end this one for the Falcons. Minute 25 to go, likely just going to take another knee, as the play clock expiring, and taking the knee yet again are the Falcons, and another 40 seconds will run off the clock. Do one more of those, and that should end this one for Fitch. As Fitch playing a heck of a ball game, and if you're going to give player of the game to anybody, I think you look no further than number 42 for the Falcons in DJ Williams, this sophomore running back with the hat trick, 3 rushing touchdowns on the night. He was dynamic for the Falcons. Also to add in a couple of rushing touchdowns for Devin Sherwood out of the quarterback position as well. And finally, the final score of the game came off of a scoop and score from Dan Evans III on an onside kick from the Bulldogs, as the Bulldogs will drop to 0-2 on the season, and the Falcons will increase their record to 2-0. So as the Falcons come away with their first road victory of the season, they go into Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium, and they come away victors against a very talented Canton McKinley football team. As after this game, Canton McKinley looks to go on the road to Huber Heights, Wayne, at Wayne High School. That's going to be slated for the September 3rd matchup. That's a 6 p.m. matchup against Wayne High School. As, of course, the Falcons now going to 2-0 now on the season. And now the Falcons next up on the docket for them is going to be Glen Oak, and that one also going to be away, but of course we plan to have that covered again on ysnlive.com, as the Falcons not due back until the following Friday, September 10th game against the Ursuline Irish. But now next week's matchup slated for Glen Oak. That is an away matchup, 7 p.m. You could find that on ysnlive.com. as we will try to get a couple of post-game interviews. Most likely not going to get them here right now, but we will try to talk with both Coach Parker and our player of the game, DJ Williams, about their incredible performance tonight, as we will look to get those interviews. We thank you for tuning in and watching this broadcast of YSN Live Football. To all of our fans, but most importantly to our owners, DJ Yokley and Brian Scott, making this game possible for everyone who was unable to make it in attendance here tonight. To our GM, Steve Leslie, that has such a close-knit relationship with all these area coaches and area athletes, able to help us out so tremendously with player profiles, coaches' corners, and so much. We would not know what to do without Steve Leslie. And most importantly, to all of you who tuned in and watched this broadcast, I mean, your support of these kids, these schools, these communities does not go unnoticed, and without you, there would be no YSN, and so we thank you. If you're here supporting the Canton McKinley Bulldogs and you're tuning in from an outsider watching YSN for your first time, we say welcome and hope you watch us again in the future. And if you're, of course, watching from the Austintown area supporting the Falcons or wherever you may be in high school football, this is Ty Bartell bidding you all a farewell and a good night from the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
This broadcast stream is copyrighted by Yokley Scott Corporation, LLC. Any other use of this telecast, any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without YSN's consent is prohibited.